Hi, my name's Sully, and in this video, I'm going to give my thoughts and tips on how to be a better combat scout helicopter pilot. This isn't going to be a video on how to fly the helicopters per se. I'm going to assume that if you're watching this, that you can fly, but are looking for some tips on how to be more effective at it. Because there is a difference between not crashing the bird into the ground and being a force to be reckoned with in the air. If you're looking for a good tutorial on how to fly a helicopter though, I put a link to a Jack Frags video in the description below. It's an old video that was made in BF3, but a lot of the same principles and mechanics still apply in BF4, so check it out if you really, if that's what you're looking for. Now, I'm not going to say I'm the best helicopter pilot out there, but out of all the things I do a lot of in Battlefield, running and gunning, capping objectives, surprising tank drivers with an RPG to the backside, I really am at my best in a helicopter, particularly in a little bird, as you can see here on this Naval Strike expansion map, Nansha Strike. I really like this map a lot. The center island's got a lot of really infantry action, and between the attack boats and the scout helicopters and the outlying islands, there's a lot of different scenarios that you can find yourself in, and if you know how to be a really good effective pilot, and you've got a team that's kind of repping you and running with you, you can be kind of a terror here. So this is about 8 minutes worth of just me in a couple of scout helicopters. I think it's 2 of them. I get shot out of one here shortly because I make a big mistake. But then we go on a big run, dropping people off, capping objectives, taking other infantry out, and the like. So really what I'm offering in this video are my tips and tactics from a lot of time spent in the helicopters. I've gone on some absolute tears, but for every kill streak, I've probably made about a dozen mistakes, and there's one of them. I was flying a little bit too low trying to take out that spawn beacon in the Connex box there, and I got shroud to the face. So really I'm hoping you can benefit from that experience. First thing you'll want to get set is your loadout. Hands down, the best loadout for me is the 25mm cannons, heat seekers, and Ecm Jammer. See, there I don't remember it. I mean, that just kind of, that little bird spawned, or that Z11W, whatever it is, spawned immediately, and I jumped out and got it. But for me, you'll want to make sure your primary is the 25mm cannons, the Ecm Jammer, and the auto reloader. Now, there are different circumstances that require you to use a different loadout. I'm not saying don't be flexible, don't adjust to the demands of the map or the situations you find yourself in, but these are just the best all-around loadout in my experience. The 25mm cannons don't shred through light armor the same way that miniguns do. You're gonna kill other helicopters. You're gonna kill rib boats, jeeps a lot faster with the miniguns. But they do 39 damage to infantry, making them a 3-hit kill on the infantry, and their splash damage is a little more forgiving when it comes to taking down multiple targets. Now, if you find yourself up against a really good helicopter pilot, he just keeps on taking you down, you're waiting for the bird, and you get up and you don't last, you can't win that heads-up firefight with him, or if he's getting reps constantly, those miniguns are going to shred through him a lot faster, and you may want to rock those. But if you find yourself winning that firefight, you're not going to be able to go up against heavier armor like tanks or attack boats with them. And to me, having the ability to engage any target on the map, whatever the situation dictates, is really the key to being an effective pilot, not just to you, not just to get your kill streak high, but also to help your team win. Next, 999 times out of 1,000, you're going to want to roll with the air-to-air heat seeker missiles, because as a scout helicopter pilot, your top priority is other helicopters. And to take them down, you're going to need those heat seekers. Sure, you can take down a transport probably, or an attack helicopter because you're just a little more maneuverable, but all else equal, you're going to need those heat seekers to take down, particularly those other scout helicopters. I can only think of maybe 1 or 2 maps where a laser-guided missile might be useful, and they're all rush maps where the attacking team is the only side with a scout helicopter. But even then, the laser-guided missiles don't end up being that effective. Yeah, you have to maintain a lock, and they don't do that much damage. So you really won't go wrong if you're using the heat seekers all the time. But once again, adapt if you need to. Lastly, I would recommend using the Ecm Jammer when it comes to that last slot on your little bird. It can be a little bit of a pain to learn when it doesn't work, but once you pop your Ecm, it prevents lock-ons for more than twice as long as the IR flares, and only takes about a second longer to reload. So really, you're giving up a little bit of, you're adding a little bit of frustration, but you're going to benefit that much more. So once you get good discipline and timing when it comes to enabling it, you're going to go a lot farther with it compared to the flares. So now that I've covered the loadout, you want to make sure to have a good understanding and good discipline of your target priority. You're going to go a long way, get a lot of kills if you recognize what can kill you or what's the biggest danger to you. So I already talked a little bit about how scout helicopters should be your top priority, but after other birds, your priorities are pretty simple. First, you're going to want to get light armor like this rib boat right here. Or jeeps or jet skis or light armor like that. They can flank your team. They're fast. They can drop people behind. They can be a spawn source and cap objectives for your team, but you're faster than them and you have them outgunned. So make sure you're taking them out and being effective that way. After that, that's when you worry about infantry. Make sure you also prioritize the infantry groups as well. Take a look at, have a little bit of situational awareness. Take a look at where they're being effective and where you can help your team and target infantry that way. Particularly then also on like Siege of Shanghai, Small Conquest, or Dawnbreaker, get those roof rats, kill them. There's nothing more annoying than getting beaten by a team that's got 6 snipers on the roof. As a little bird, you can do something about that, so go ahead and fly up there and shoot them in the face. But lastly, be a general nuisance to heavy armor such as attack boats, tanks, LAVs, if you can and when you can. It can be a lot of fun to swoop in and be the deciding factor in a firefight between a squad engineers and an enemy tank. So now that you've got your target priority, you're going to want to learn how to, how do you stay up in the air more? How do you not die so you can kill more people? And the key to that is to keep moving, even if there's lock-ons, even if you've been disabled or you've got low power because of a couple hits. See right here, we pop the ECM right as we crash into there, and it really saves us. One of the key things is if you've got a lock-on and you're about to get hit, keep that nose up, because when you get hit, it's going to be easier to handle even if you don't have the stabilizer. But don't overcommit yourself. Much like anything else, if you're flying, if you're being a tank, anything in the vehicles, don't overcommit to a firefight that you can't win. If you're getting really locked on, you're getting a couple hits, but you just barely get away, get out of there. Go heal, go let your team rep you, or if you're an engineer, go find somewhere to land and rep yourself, and then get back into the battle like we just did here. That's going to keep yourself up in the air for longer. You're going to find yourself killing more enemies. And when it comes to actually running, strafing runs, I found that these circles really help as opposed to straight lines. It stops RPGs and SMAs from hitting you because you're not as an easy target to hit. Plus, you can kind of keep the same guy in your view for longer as opposed to a straight-on strafing run. So these circles that you'll kind of see me kind of swaying back and forth, I can see more of a bomb site, I can see more of the area, and take down more enemies and get more squad wipes and kind of help my team cap that objective. So really that's it. Make sure that loadout's strong, keep a strong target priority, and once you're in the air, keep moving. Obviously, a good squad helps. But if you practice, you're going to find out that you're going to be able to get a lot more joy, be a lot more effective in that bird, and help your team win. Hope you liked the video. If you did, go ahead and like, share, and check out any more of my other videos. Thanks so much. See you guys later.